weather team.
Let's jump right into it. Clouds have thickened up and showers are moving through. We'll look for overnight lows to dip back into the middle 40s. Few spots up to the north, just a little cooler, a little patchy rain and perhaps some isolated fog would be something to watch out for. Wind's going to shift from north to eventually southwest, and so that means a milder trend for your Thursday. I think the milder weather is going to stick around for your Friday as well, and notice your rain chances coming down. I think this would just cover us for a leftover shower first thing in the morning. By the afternoon, sun making much more of a grand appearance. So it should be something I think you'll like compared to this grayness we have right now. Our Easy Pro Express First Alert Skycam high atop the Murchison building. Let's pull in those stats from the airport. Clouds and a temperature of 57 degrees, a northeast breeze at 13. Relative humidity up there around 64%, dew points in the 40s. So it's not the driest air that we've had, obviously, when we're in the midst of winter. Those dew points get down to the 30s and 20s. The temperature change is probably the big thing you've noticed. Anywhere from 18 to almost 25 degrees cooler, and in some cases a little more than that. Looking at you, Fayetteville, where you're currently 26 degrees colder than this time yesterday. Let's take you through the rest of the evening and overnight. 40s off to the north, 50s to the south, maybe some spots in the upper 50s pushing 60, but ultimately those numbers going to fall back. I expect the warmest temps to be along the coast, coldest temps off to the north. Eventually those winds shifting around. You know, it's the air off the ocean that's going to give us a significant cool down along the coast compared to many inland counterparts. So I would expect some lower 60s near the coast, upper 60s to about 70 for many inland zones. And if the sun really takes off, it's a time of year where we could have some big temperature differences and those temps can be off to the races. Here's Friday morning. Notice a pretty mild start, but it's going to come with some clouds and maybe a couple of passing showers. Fog's another thing we're going to have to watch out for too. But by the afternoon, making some additional gains back into the 60s and mainly middle 70s for highs for many of those mainland zones. First Alert Digital Doppler, the live sweep here as we hone in on a couple of cells here and there in parts of central and eastern Brunswick County, off to Horry County, a few cells offshore there. That's about the worst of it here for the next hour or so. But that's going to be the nature of the showers heading through the rest of the evening and overnight. Very scattered in variety, so not all encompassing. The clouds, though, certainly all encompassing. And additional moisture off to the west, it's likely to skirt through here during the overnight, likely while you're sleeping. But if you're getting up real early to head out tomorrow morning, that may be the only change you see there. Notice this too, the notion of some sea fog. We'll look at the intensity of that in just a moment. A couple of stray showers there. And Friday, another round of some passing showers too to have to contend with. But we'll get more sun again in the afternoon. So maybe a cloudy start, but a sunnier finish to each of these days. Some of that visibility going to be rather impacted. Maybe even as quick as tomorrow night. Take a look at our fog model here and some real poor visibility I'd expect come tomorrow night, similar to what we saw earlier on this week. So that'll be worth keeping an eye out for. Looking at the model comparisons for rain, and I know we don't have the contour really showing up here in the European model, but I got to say both of these models very much alike. So by the end of next week, I think we could have some really helpful rainfall. I don't think it's going to necessarily bust the drought, but take a look at your 10-day planning forecast and how that's going to play out. Cooler temps, at least seasonable in the middle and upper 50s, and daily rain chances anywhere from 30, 40 to at most 50%. Fran, back to you.
All right, thanks so much. You'll still be able to get mail and packages from China.